First, Michael Larsenes II, 25597. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Your Honor, John Goldthorpe, P. 30758, on behalf of Mr. Larsenes. Mr. Larsenes, would you please put your name on the record?
Michael Larsenes.
Okay, and detective, your name for the record, please.
Detective Sergeant Bruce Herrick, Herrick, with the Riverview Police Department.
Okay, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give us may be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do. On April 28th.
I'm so sorry, Detective. Mr. Larsenes, you can have a seat.
We're barely 40 seconds in, and you can already feel how serious this is. The judge sounds calm, but the room is heavy. Everyone knows this isn't just a simple arraignment. This is a case with a lot of history behind it.
On April 28th, 2025, at approximately 5:56 a.m., RIPD units were dispatched to the area of Grange and James Road in the city of Riverview for a suspicious person wearing a mask in the area. Officer Alderman made contact with the caller. The caller said that he was taking his morning walk on southbound Grange Road and saw a person kneeling in the grass. He said the individual had a bunch of property on the ground and he appeared to be tampering with the rear gate. The caller yelled at the individual, who then fled on foot northbound in the grass on the west side of Grange Road. The caller lost sight of him in the area of Grange Road and James Boulevard, but described the subject as wearing a blue hoodie, blue jeans, and a white mask. Officers checked the area and located a mountain bike in the bushes. They also found a Toro lawnmower a few hundred feet north from there, pushed into the wood line. Officers would later determine that that lawnmower belonged to the resident at the fence, the area the caller had seen the subject tampering with earlier. At 6:40 a.m., a second caller called and said that he found a purse hanging from his fence. He checked it and saw that it belonged to his neighbor, who would be victim number one. Officers contacted victim number one, who said she was missing several bank cards out of her purse. At 7:53 a.m., victim number one called Riverview Police and said that she was alerted. Her cards were being used at Kroger in Southgate. While officers were on the way to Kroger, victim number one called back and said that she, along with her husband, had drove to Kroger and located the suspect, who they described as a white male wearing blue jeans, a black and red jacket, exiting Kroger with 2 full shopping carts of merchandise. Victim number one's husband then confronted the subject in the parking lot, who abandoned his carts and fled north through the parking lot on foot. As victim number one was following the suspect, he was retrieving objects from his pockets and throwing them. Victim number one lost sight of the suspect and then went back to retrieve the object he was throwing, finding them to be the bank cards that she was missing, along with several other bank cards belonging to a second victim. Officers were in the area looking for the suspect when Chief Allen of Riverview Police saw a white male wearing blue jeans and a blue sweater quickly walking east from the location on Quarry Road, north of Pennsylvania Road, in the city of Wyandotte. Chief Allen saw the male cross over 23rd Street and then proceed to go into a residential property, where he then jumped the backyard fence into Wyandotte Memorial Park. Officers from surrounding agencies were able to catch up with the suspect, who was then apprehended and identified as Michael Larsenes, the defendant in this case. Larsenes matched the original caller's description and partially matched the description victim number one gave, the only difference being the jacket color. Larsenes was placed under arrest for suspicion of larceny and transported to RIPD. Among his possessions in Larsenes' pockets was a small screwdriver, flashlight, $10.47 in loose change. He also had $201 cash, a new pack of menthol cigarettes, and 3 lottery tickets. As part of this investigation, I was able to determine the owner of the other bank cards in the city of Riverview, which is a short distance away from victim number one in the same subdivision. Victim number two was missing his entire wallet from his vehicle that had been parked unlocked in his driveway. His wallet contained several bank cards, including the ones that were found in the Kroger parking lot. Victim number two checked his card activity and found that a $100 charge happened at Marathon gas station on Pennsylvania Road in Southgate, and an attempted $400 charge at Kroger in Southgate that was declined. I was able to get video of both these locations, Marathon and Kroger. Marathon video shows a white male matching Larsenes' description, wearing blue jeans, black and red jacket, and a blue Detroit Lions hoodie underneath. His hood is pulled up and he's wearing a white N95 style face mask. He also has on distinct tan hiking shoes. The male in the video goes to the lottery ticket machine and purchases several lottery tickets, which he then scratches and presents to the teller. $150 in cash winnings is given to the male. He uses $20 to purchase an additional single lottery ticket from behind the counter. The male then scratches the ticket, presents it to the teller, who then gives him additional $100 in winnings, for a total of $230 in cash after the $20 purchase. The male then purchased a pack of menthol cigarettes and a Red Bull and left the store. This total is consistent with the amount of money larcenies was found with, which was $201 cash. Kroger video shows the same white male with the same clothing at a self-checkout at 7:15 a.m. The male goes into several different pockets, as well as what appears to be a black purse and fanny pack, retrieving many different bank cards and attempts to use them. Several are clearly identifiable as belonging to both victims, which he eventually dropped in the parking lot while fleeing. The male leaves Kroger with 2 shopping carts of merchandise on video and confirms victim 1 confronts him in the parking lot, where he then flees, corroborating victim 1's statement earlier. Larcenies' Merrill brand hiking shoes, blue Detroit Lions jacket, blue jeans, all match surveillance video footage from Marathon and Kroger. And his possession at the time of his arrest, including the small screwdriver, flashlight, large amount of loose change, $201 cash, new pack of menthol cigarettes, 3 lottery tickets, support larcenies being responsible for these crimes.
That was a lot of information. And honestly, this detective laid out one of the clearest timelines I've ever heard. Mass suspect, fleeing on foot, stolen mower, stolen purse, bank cards, surveillance video, shopping carts full of merchandise, 2 sets of victims, then the chase across fences and neighborhoods. This isn't one small mistake. This is a string of choices, back to back. You can literally see the trail the suspect left behind.
With different downriver communities. And as a final note, I will just say that Detective Haskin from Riverview PD is working on a case involving 3 victims that occurred on 3/16/2025 in the same subdivision area of Riverview, case number 25-2812. During the investigation for this case, larcenies was identified through video as being responsible for Lowe's larcenies as well. Detective Haskin will be sending his investigation for that case to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office for review shortly.
Thank you. Upon examination, claim charge committed, there's probable cause to believe defendant committed those offenses. And, counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And this is where the weight of the case starts to feel different. A 40-year criminal history involving theft, that changes how the judge sees everything. It's not about punishing the past. It's about protecting the future. Courts don't ignore patterns like this.
Well, sir, I have to tell you, I think you have the thickest file today. You have cases that go back to 1989.
Correct.
That are dealing with theft, sir. 1989. We're on almost 40 years. Almost 40 years, sir, of criminal history regarding theft.
Okay.
The judge is trying to understand a man sitting in front of her, and she keeps finding inconsistencies. When she points out almost 40 years of theft, it's not anger, it's exhaustion. She's seen this pattern too many times.
Over to circuit court.
I don't recall. My time served.
Oh, okay. Well, you weren't on probation?
I was, I completed it in the time served. It's closed. Case is closed.
Well, October in Trenton. Well, wait a minute here. In October of 23, you pled guilty to felony. Actually, it was August 1st of 24 is when your probation was set to start. Felony identity theft out of the 33rd District Court. Felony financial transaction device illegal sale or use. And that was 18 months probation.
That's all been closed, Your Honor. It's all been closed.
That's been closed already?
Yes, ma'am. I've completed it and closed it. I'm on no probation.
Early discharge, Your Honor.
I don't know, it's been 9 months. When did you get, when was your probation concluded, sir?
February of this year, I believe.
6 months. Wow. Interesting. And then now, you're suspected.
This moment is tough. The defendant keeps insisting he completed probation, but the judge digs into the file and realizes probation wasn't completed. It was revoked because of violations. And this is exactly why judges question credibility. It's not just the crime, it's the honesty.
It was closed because you successfully completed it. But clearly, you violated probation, and then it was revoked, and then you were sentenced to incarceration for that. So, sir, you're being a little bit disingenuous with the fact that you're saying it's closed and completed. It's not completed. You didn't complete it. I'm sure it shows revoked probation, not probation closed without improvement. And you have a number of warrants for your arrest, sir. Why is that?
I don't know about the warrants.
Detective, do you know where the warrants are? Hold on, maybe I have them right here. I can tell you, I'll tell you right now, sir. Let's see, 23rd District Court from April of 24. You failed to appear for an arraignment pretrial.
What's the charge?
Possession.
Okay.
Then in 2023, you did not appear for your possession of heroin in the 25th District Court. Then April of 24, this was the second one for this. So
Misdemeanors.
whether they're misdemeanors or not, sir, you still didn't show up to court. So
I understand.
whether it's a misdemeanor.
I'm just taking self-notes, Your Honor. I'm not.
Excuse
To the
me,
court.
keep your mouth shut.
Then we have in the 24th District Court, January of this year, you failed to appear for court on your possession of drug paraphernalia. Just last week, you were supposed to have been in 23rd District Court,
For what?
arraignment pretrial.
For what?
I'm not sure.
Now add multiple warrants on top. Not showing up to court is one of the biggest red flags a judge can see. If someone ignores court dates over and over, a low bond becomes impossible.
Your Honor, I think just because of the harm he's the harm he's caused to the city of Riverview's residents in this case, and not only likely the case in March, his extensive criminal history, obviously a history of not showing up to court. I would ask for a $25,000 cash bond as well, as if he is able to make that bond, electronic monitoring through the tether system and Wink.
The detective asking for $25,000 cash is already serious. But you can tell he knows the pattern. Thefts, fleeing, warrants, failures to appear. His body language shows zero confidence. The defendant will return if released.
Okay, so here's what the court's going to do. The court, after hearing from counsel, hearing from Mr. Larsenis, hearing from Detective here, reviewing the criminal history, the extensive criminal history, the number of times that Mr. Larsenis has failed to appear in court, failed to complete probation, and given the court's concern with the safety of the public, this court is going to order a $250,000 cash bond. You're not to have any contact with any of the complaining witnesses in this matter. And you, in the event you post bond, you are not to be released without GPS tether house arrest through the Wayne County.
And just like that, the judge goes 10 times higher than request. A $250,000 cash bond, house arrest, GPS tether. Absolutely no shortcuts. You can feel she's protecting the community more than anything else.
What is that, sir?
I'm not guilty of none of this.
Well, now you'll have to.
You guys are calling me guilty, and I'm not even guilty.
Oh, sir. No, sir. I've heard.
It sounds like you are. You're coming at me as if I have done this. I have not done this.
Sir, I have heard evidence that has been put forward that supports probable cause to believe that crimes were committed and you have committed those offenses. Based upon that, The court
picked out of a crowd walking through a field.
But the
No,
arraignment,
no.
Don't
They
say
looked at
anything
my
about
record
the
and said, yes,
case,
this
Mr.
is him.
Larson.
and
Be
the court
quiet.
also taking into account your criminal history and your,
I've already did my time for them. Why is that used against me again? That's illegal.
sir, that's not illegal. That is a factor.
Yes, it is.
That is a factor that this court is required to take into consideration when determining bond. And in this case, your criminal history is
This ending is emotional. The defendant feels attacked. He thinks his past is being used against him unfairly. But in bond hearings, the judge must consider history, patterns, and public safety. This isn't about deciding guilt. It's about risk. And whether he accepts it or not, his own record tells a story the judge cannot ignore.